Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Star Wars 2023 Ultimate Collector Series X-Wing Starfighter. It is set number 75355. Comes with 1,949 pieces, including 2 minifigures, and retails for $240. This is the third UCS X-Wing LEGO has ever made, with the first one coming out all the way back in 2000, meaning it is tied with the original UCS TIE Interceptor as the oldest Ultimate Collector Series set, and then the second one being released in 2013, with the original UCS X-Wing having just over 1,300 pieces, and the 2013 one having 1,559. This also makes this particular X-Wing the largest of the UCS sets when it comes to piece count. Guys, if you ask me, it is about time I have done a UCS set on this channel. This is actually the second UCS Star Wars set I've ever bought. You want to know what the first one is? It's this guy. If you guys want me to see me do a review on that guy, get me to 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, just taking a look at the box art, it looks absolutely fantastic with the X-Wing shown off in its full glory, with that wonderful all black box art with just a little bit of blue, which you can kind of see a bit of a star behind there, the X-Wing. Again, this thing just looks absolutely fantastic. Take a look at the top of the box. You get a 1-to-1 scale image of the Luke Skywalker pilot minifigure that comes along with this set. You can see on this side of the box, it does have the little notch there, which you can use as a carrying handle for the box. And taking a look at the back, we once again have a full look of the set, complete with the stand, with the Luke Skywalker minifigure on there, along with the plaque. Down in the bottom left corner, you can see a shot of this X-Wing from New Hope flying across the Death Star. And then next up, we have a cross-section image showing the dimensions of the set, with the set being 55 centimeters or 21.5 inches long, and 27 centimeters or 10.5 inches tall on the display stand, along with taking a look at the back of the X-Wing as well as a couple of the few features the set comes with, including putting R2 in his astromech socket behind the cockpit and opening the cockpit and getting a look at all the details. I cannot wait to get started building this thing. Let's go ahead and get the box open. There we go. All right, let's see what all we've got in here. We got one. Oh, nice. The printed cockpit is in a bag all by itself, so let's go ahead. Count that as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll go ahead. We'll pull the instruction manual out there. 12, 13, 14. There's the black all by itself, already printed, very nice. So 14, 15, 16, 17 bags of parts, and I imagine the sticker sheet is in the file with the instruction manual. Let's go ahead and get that open real quick. All right, there we go. And yes, we do have at least one sticker sheet. Yes, it is just one sticker sheet, and quite a conservative sticker sheet for a UCS set at that, which makes me very, very happy. Hardly any stickers at all. Take a look at the instruction manual. We basically have a color swap of the front box art with the X-Wing against an all-white background, which again looks really nice. And of course, we have an UCS instruction and introduction by creative director Jens. I'm going to try to pronounce his whole name, but I will go ahead and read the instruction manual, the intro. A rite of passage for every LEGO Star Wars fan. Even after 4 decades, the Rebel Alliance keeps growing in our galaxy as the Star Wars saga continues to excite new generations of fans. And where would the Alliance be without X-Wing starfighters? These reliable starfighters have brought formidable Imperial forces to their knees in movies, as well as other series like Star Wars Rebels, The Mandalorian, and The Book of Boba Fett. The most memorable scene is perhaps the trench run in A New Hope, when Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing launches a successful attack on the Death Star. Just as this scene was a rite of passage for young Skywalker, building your first Lego X-Wing Starfighter is a special occasion for many fans. I'll be the first to admit it certainly was for me. Whether you're new to the fleet or have piloted others before, we're honored to have you on our team. And going in and going further in, we got quite a few shots. It's behind the scenes. No, one shot from an X-Wing looks like flying across the Death Star, along with quite a few behind the scenes shots. Like we got someone here making one of the smaller X-Wing models. Then we got the full-size X-Wing from A New Hope, along with the motion cap, 2 shots of the motion capture model. Go ahead, continue reading. Speed, precision, and firepower. Like many other Star Wars starships and vehicles, X-Wing starfighters are marked by the wear and tear of missions and battles, as are the astromech droid co-pilots. Nevertheless, these modestly sized crafts are no small feats of engineering and are favored among Rebel pilots as sturdy, reliable, and chock full of character. Built for battle with 4 laser cannons, 2 proton torpedo launchers, and the ability to activate hyperdrive, they can maneuver with speed and precision and were instrumental in the successful evacuation of the Rebels' Echo base on Hoth. For the first movie scale models, Lucasfilm Limited model designers originally based the body of the X-Wing starfighter on dragster car cockpits. Okay, I'll be the first minute. I can see that. Whether most scale models were created using plastic or metal, the X-Wing starfighter models were carved out of wood and decorated to achieve the rugged look of aged starships riveted together, rather than a fleet of sleek, identical modern designs. It wasn't unusual for different models to be used to represent the same X-Wing starfighter in various shots, and the full-scale models were highly detailed to add authenticity and depth to the close-up shots of Rebel pilots on the ground and in dogfights. Next up, we got a couple of shots from the movie. Looks like Luke saying goodbye to Han when he decides to leave. Then we got a shot of Luke's X-Wing in the trench run. Then we got the couple of concepts into shots. One with Luke down on Dagobah, having just crash landed on Dagobah. And then one X-Wing chasing Vader's TIE Fighter. Go ahead and continue the reading. Red 5, standing by. The T-65 X-Wing is a mere 12.5 meters or 41 feet long and weighs 10 metric tons or 22,046 pounds. Fuel thrust engines generate a maximum speed of 1,050 kilometers per hour or 652 miles per hour. And the smooth maneuvering with the signature double wing gives pilots a clear advantage when dodging fire from enemy starships. The combination of a deflector shield generator and projector and generator, provides significant protection in battle, while torpedo launchers and laser cannons allow for precision attacks on fast-moving targets. In case of crashes on swampy planets, not to you, Dagobah, or similar emergencies, the Starfighter comes with a fully equipped survival kit, including field rations to last the pilot a week. Letting an astromech droid serve as a combined navigation system and built-in mechanic is a stroke of genius by the Incom Corporation, as the droids may be used for multiple purposes on missions and on the ground, like transporting Death Star blueprints or disabling trash compactors. And we got the model designer Henrik Anderson and creative director Jens with the model looking at and quite happy of their achievement, which, to be honest, I can't blame them. And we do have a little message from Heinrich. Every time we release a new LEGO X-Wing Starfighter, we hear from Star Wars fans who want to share their excitement after they have built their first one. It's a familiar feeling. I've worked as a LEGO model designer for over 25 years now, and the first model I ever worked on was the first Ultimate Collector Series X-Wing Starfighter, set number 7191, released in 2000. There are always new details or techniques to explore, and like their movie model counterparts, each version we have released has its own unique characteristics. It was a high priority to decorate the cockpit. This was the first time we have done that. We developed new wing plates to get the correct angle on the rear edge of the wings. To increase the size of the engines, we created a new wall element too. In the films, we see Luke get a few different variations of the cockpit of the legendary Red 5. We wanted to incorporate the best of these versions. Very cool. Did not know that. Except we got a page basically breaking down everything that this new X-Wing has to offer. The set is a detailed display model of the X-Wing Starfighter Luke Skywalker pilots in the original trilogy and later in the Mandalorian series, incorporating key elements of each version. An opening canopy, he reveals the decorated cockpit, retractable targeting sight, folding wing function. For the first time, the information plaque is decorated, replacing stickers previously used in Ultimate Collector series. New Luke Skywalker Rebel pilot uniform with new arm printing and new leg elements, new engine construction, and space for the R2D2 minifigure and the socket behind the cockpit. And looks and then we got a image showing how you want to pick up the X-Wing if you need to do so. You pick it up from underneath, not from the wings. And then we do have a page, which once again, showing off paper bags in a set without paper bags. And then it looks like it's just straight into this into the build. And then it's just a bunch. Let's see. Yep, we got 3 pages of parts, no ads for other sets. Not surprised there with a UCS set. So, again, this looks like it's going to be quite an enjoyable build. Unfortunately, this is probably going to be a build that I won't do a time-lapse on. One thing I've decided is that, at least for now, what I'm considering, I'll be the first to admit my phone's getting a bit old and it can't hold as much space. So until I get either a new phone or a dedicated video camera, I probably won't do time lapses on sets that are 1,500 pieces or more. And unfortunately, this set qualifies. So just a heads up there. So we'll go ahead and jump to when I have finished the build. So we can take a look at the whole thing right now. Alright, the build is done, and what a build it was! This was quite a build process, but quite enjoyable. Just a heads up, I am filming this quite a bit after I finished building this thing. I actually finished building this set, watching the Andor Season 2 finale the same day that final arc came out. I actually finished it just as the episode was ending. And I'm actually recording this section on July 2nd. So yeah, I've had this thing built for a good month or two. You'll just be able to have it, sitting around, just be able to look at it, look how cool it is, how gorgeous it is. And I gotta say, I still love this thing. It looks absolutely fantastic. Again, this is actually a really decently sized set. As is again, just a reminder of the dimensions. This thing is 21.5 inches or 55 centimeters long. Once the S foils are opened up, you've got a height of 10.5 inches or 27 centimeters long. While the box inside, I took a look myself. You are looking at about an 18-inch wingspan. So that is a really decently sized build. But fortunately, after having moved it around from where I was building it over to the review table, I'm also happy to say that, of course, you want to hold on to both the X-Wing and the stand itself, but it's not too difficult to move despite that size, and it's also not too heavy, fortunately. We'll go ahead and take a look at the minifigures in the set first, starting off with that wonderful pilot Luke. Luke, he is, well, he's a good-looking figure, no doubt there. I love all the detailing on the helmet with, of course, the red Rebel Phoenix symbols. Also, plus the red striping, the almost like caution striping there on the front, plus a little detail on there. Taking a look at the face print, that looks really good with the printed with the visor printed, that looks really good. And you do have a alternate one where the visor is a little bit higher up, and you got a bit of a smirk on Luke's face. Not too nothing too crazy going on the back with the back of the vest and the flight suit, but the front, man, the front, man, that's got a lot of detail. And of course, you got the orange jumpsuit. Oh, you got the life support system on there with the tube going down from the torso down to the hip piece, and then back up to the torso. That looks really good. Of course, you got dual molded legs in orange and black, so you can have the boots plus a couple of straps and extra stuff on the legs. Plus, you got some really nice arm printing as well. And of course, he comes with his lightsaber. And as you notice, there's a nice spot for him right there on the stand. And then, of course, our other figure we have is R2D2. Sorry about that. Kind of. Again, our other figure is R2D2. He looks really good as well. The print on the strap that goes around his head looks nice and straight. Of course, he's got the dome, nice printing on the front, and he's actually got some back printing, which is actually a little disappointing, considering since most of the time you're gonna have the R2 actually sat in his spot in the X-wing, so most of the time you're not actually gonna see the back printing, but that back printing's there and it looks good. So yeah, our two figures look absolutely fantastic. Certainly up to UCS minifigure quality. Of course, this set does have the plaque. We'll go ahead and bring that up. But right now, well, nice printed plaque there. Though you can see the mark where the mold was. Of course, Lego tried to fudge that out on the pictures of this thing on LegoShop.com, but it's actually there. I will go ahead and read the plaque. Of course, you got the Star Wars logo up in the top left corner. Then T65 X-Wing, manufacturer Incom Corporation, model T65B X-Wing Starfighter, length 13.4 meters, engines, Incom 4L4 fuselage thrust engines, 4 of them, hyperdrive Incom GBK 585 hyperdrive motivator, navigation system, astromech droid. Shielding, Campact Defender, Deflector Shield Generator with 30 SPD. Weapons, 4 Tame and Back KX9 laser cannons and 2 Krups MG7 proton torpedo launchers. So nice printed the black there, and then of course you've got a place for that plaque right there on the display stand. So you can get back on, if I can get back on there. There we go. So all in all the inclusion ends for this X-Wing with the plaque ends, and then the minifigures look really nice. You do have a nice display and for this thing, which holds this thing up relatively well. Like, it's nothing crazy, but it holds it it's really good. So with the figures and here's the plaque and stand, we'll go ahead and take a look at the X-Wing at a much closer view. So starting off from the front, one thing I want to point out is that the nose section wasn't actually a part of the main build here. You actually built the nose as a separate sub build, and then you attached it to the rest of the build via a couple of large Technic rods. So yeah, that's fun little detail. But the shaping on this thing looks absolutely fantastic. I like the swapping red and white stripes going on. One thing of note is that with this X-Wing, the canopy is printed. I remember I believe it was the 2013 UCS X-Wing. That was a sticker, and it was just, as I've heard it, that was a bit of a buzzkill when it came to this UCS X-Wing. As I'm sure you guys are well aware of, the Lego stickers tend to leave a residue, which is very visible on transparent pieces. So if you didn't get that sticker on perfectly the first time, it would leave that residue, and it's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty sight. So yeah, I'm really happy that Lego went with printed this time. But of course, you can open that canopy, and inside and you see a nice detailed cockpit, and you got a nice, actually comfortable looking chair in there, as well as. Yes, let me bring my light closer here. Let me bring my light bit closer here. There we go. You can actually see, yeah, the targeting computer right here, which I've actually been able. You have to be a bit careful, but you can actually slide the targeting computer a bit back, farther or back, to basically have it like in its standby position. Although I have noticed, well, one thing you may have noticed is that the targeting computer itself, oops, put it back on the wrong way. Doesn't can pop off, but it can't like go all the way back. Otherwise, you can't close the canopy. Let me swing this guy around so you can get another view. Oh, you do have one control stick in here, and you got a couple of and you got a couple of stickers here, for a little added detail. Which, as I understand, if I remember right in the instruction manual, these like stickers here, like with the extra controls, those were not in any of the other UCS X wings. So yeah, that's a bit of an added detail. And then of course behind the canopy you've got R2, which, to be honest, I almost think he might be in there a bit too deep. I seem to remember in the movies, like in the shots, like where you focus on R2, he's a bit more like up here, or so he can actually work on the stuff. I'll see if I can find an image to show you what I mean. But I feel like R2 might be in there a bit too deep. So I think maybe having him, I don't know, a play 8 or 2 higher might have been. He might be better off, but all in all, he fits in there. He's in there, nice and snug. But again, like I said about breaking down the figure, you're not going to see that nice back print, that nice printing on him there. But behind him, you got some nice greebling going on here with like these magnifying pieces. You got some this large gear, which has the main the course that has the main function in the X-wing, and you got a printed fan back here. So all in all, some really nice greebling going on here. Plus, you can kind of see the technical work going on here that make the S foils open up. It also got some nice greebling over in the back as well. Like you can see some minifigure escape pieces going on here. So yeah, lots of nice detail going on here. And taking a look at back, you can see how the engine thrusts. And so look like all the uses is of the 1x2 plates with a clip. This gets some nice look at the give the thrusters nice look. Plus, you got transparent purple pieces out there to give the looks of some engine exhaust. And take a look, and then of course, since you got the good size wings, which again is probably the most repeated uh uh monotonous. That's the word I'm looking for. The most monotonous part of the build. But when you've got a ship that has 4 wings that are basically the same, what are you gonna do? But yeah, and you got some nice. But basically, everything, all the details on here are brick built, including all the stripes. Those are all 1x2 tiles. But all in all, it looks really, really good. Of course, you got the 5 stripes since Luke is Red 5. This is Luke's X-wing, of course. And so you got the 5 stripes, and then you got the large laser. You got the large laser cannons on this side. I like the fact that with the laser cannons, they gave a little bit of variety, where one of them is pure white while the other has some striping going on. They did the same thing on the other wing, you can see there, but as you can see, they flopped on the left side of the X-wing. The stripes are on top and the solid is on the bottom, while for the right side, the solid is on top and the stripes are on the bottom. Also, some interesting part usage on the for the emitter, where you can see they used Lego minifigure swim fins instead for over here. So yeah, interesting part usage on here. Plus, same with the engine. Same with the engines going on here. Fun little fact: these 2x2 tiles, they aren't actually technically technically attached on there. They're hold on there via just via grip with the the studs inside along with the rim, so they're not actually stuck in there. So all in all, this is a really good model. Of course, you do have a bit of lag with the bottom wings, but until Lego comes up with a way to make their make their sets defy gravity, what are you gonna do? And then of course it's super simple to go from flight mode to attack position. And you got the as I mentioned, you got the piece here that basically that can open the wings from flight mode to attack position. Although I will say you do have to turn it a specific way. You have to turn it right up. Otherwise the thing gets stuck up. And once you get into attack position, awesome. Looks really, really good. I love this thing. Again, this has basically been sitting on the table where I built this thing for a month or two, and it just looks fantastic. I love this thing. This was a super fun build. The only thing like real challenge was some of the technique bits to get the S-foils to work. Didn't always want to go together, but other than that, it wasn't all that challenging of a build. Oh, it was a fun one. Like honestly, I'm sure some people would see that the $240 price tag with only 1,949 pieces might not be worth it, but trust me, it absolutely is. This thing looks absolutely fantastic. I love this set. I am so glad I picked this up. But I will warn you, as I understand that this set is rumored to be retiring on New Year's Eve this year. So if you do want to get a hold of this set, you are running out of time. But oh no, I would absolutely recommend getting this if you want to get a hold of this. I'd absolutely recommend it. This thing looks absolutely fantastic, fun build, good figures, solid display piece, and unquestionably the best UCS X-Wing Lego has ever put out. So that'll be the end of this review. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell to be notified of all videos as soon as they become available. Check out my channel and some more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds. Remember, get me to 1,000 subscribers if you want me to see me do a review on the UCS Millennium Falcon. And I'll see you all in the next video. Later, everybody.